Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Pokemon Unite cast, and this time we jumped on board with Rhine. Rhine is from Team Blossom. They are the current, as of the March Championships, the North American champions. Quite frankly, one of the best players in the world. We're going to be jumping on board with them and seeing what all the hype is about. I'm going to be honest, those grand finals were pretty hype. Let's see our players play. Introducing the players, we have Bolbi on the Pikachu. Love that skin. Really, really fun. We have the Hooper being played by Gardevior TV. We have Routes being played by the man, the myth, the legend, Rhine. We have BerserkThor being playing the March up in that top lane. And to finish out the bot lane, it's going to be Rustic on that Slowpoke. We're seeing a lot of Slowpokes in the 3-man nowadays because of the insane lockdown and the ability to isolate someone in a team fight that Slowbro can offer. Speaking of which, on the right-hand side, in the red trunks, it will be SlyyToad, also on that Slowpoke. FlameJam is in the jungle on that soon-to-be Cinderace, currently Baneri. We have a Squirtle being played by GenBet up in this top lane. We're actually seeing a 2-man currently up in that top lane. And Hooper, Sonverse, is going to be as the support. And finally, Spodiac will be our second Pikachu player. Very similar compositions for these two teams, but we do have a Cinderace and a Squirtle instead of a Marchamp, eventually, and a Gardevior. Bit of a battle up in the top lane. We see the Brawl come out. First kill goes over onto that Curlier, as we are seeing blue team trying to pressure forward. Marchamp goes down as well, though, for the counter fight in this bottom lane. Bolbi barely surviving. They're really trying to take out SlyyToad here. Looks like we should have watched the top fight. We definitely chose the wrong horse to back in this race, but it is a victory for red team up in that top lane, taking those kills, and they are able to give themselves a nice amount of turn-ins onto that score zone. Pikachu gets the kill onto Hooper down in this bottom lane. Spodiac trying to extend that red team lead. We're really seeing red team starting off very aggressively there. Electro Web comes out from Spodiac, but it's not enough to finish off any kills, at least at this stage. So it's that double defender style for red team with the Blastoise, eventually of course, and that Slowbro battle in bot lane is actually pushing in quite aggressively as blue team really trying to step themselves up and turn this into some points. In the top lane, though, the battle continues as well. BerserkThor's really trying to step up, really trying to make something happen. Sonverse dropping low. Here comes the Surf, trying to keep Rustic down. There comes the kill from Spodiac. Massive shots of damage from that Gardevoir. Currently a Curlier. Not enough to finish off the kill, though. Very aggressive. Marchoke was able to get their turn in onto that top lane, so a couple more shots there. 30-69. First points for their team, in fact. Marchoke with the only points overall. As GenBet will re-arrive up to that top lane. The bot battle continues. Rustic once again going to be focused down. Drops an Amnesia, a little bit of self-sustain to try and keep themselves alive here. Getting focused down. That Hooper DPS, quite effective. Will be enough to drive them back. Rhine is here for the full assist. They're able to take out Pikachu during this fight. As you can see, Rhine trying to flank around from the side for that damage against the Cinderace with the flank of BerserkThor as well. Everyone down here for this Dreadmore. They get the kill onto the Slowbro. Bolbi goes down, though. Sonverse able to grab at least one counter kill. Looking for Rhine for the second. Caught in the Surf, though. Getting massively CC'd. Will be focused down and will die. No, they're actually going to get away. Finally going to get killed off by Slowbro. The Dreadmore still completely untouched. They got the counter kill onto the Pikachu. Curlier coming back in after getting healed up. They're looking for GenBet, who's really trying to keep this zone going. This is all bought time for the rest of the members of the red team to come back in and turn this round. There comes the telekinesis from the Slowbro. That's enough to kill off Curlier. BerserkThor looking for FlameJam. Gets another kill, becomes the Marchamp. And with that, blue team are able to seize enough momentum to step themselves up and begin their push. Very nicely done there. But here comes one more attempt from red team to re-seize this. But no, it goes over to blue team, who will get their shields. And that's enough for Marchamp to dive into the backline and pick up the kill. Rustic dive really deep onto Sly. Spodiac will be able to retreat into base, but with the arrival of FlameJam, that is too much for Rustic, who will go down as well. Suddenly, Gardevior is in serious trouble. Massive focus onto FlameJam, and FlameJam dashing away with their extra movement speed. Gardevior getting the ejector button to teleport in and join in for that kill. Looking for a counter onto Gardevior, seeing if they can turn this round, but unable to do so. This is going to be a position taken by the blue team. 97 to 69 now, as we're seeing GenBet starting onto Rotom. Slowbro already on their way up, though, to contest. Rustic, will they be able to spot this? They already know that this is happening because the Rotom has moved on the mini-map. Surf zones away, buys them a little bit of time, a little bit of space. Gets them in the position where they can try and refight this once their team arrives. You can see Hooper on their way up as well. These are both trick Hoopers, so no hyperspace hole rotations here. Rotom getting focused down to a third. Telekinesis to pull it into their side. Massive dive from blue team, though, and it does go over to blue team. Slowbro charging forward. Rustic with the play there. Looking for Sonverse. Massive damage onto Spodiac, trying to keep the zone going, but that will be a very convincing fight. Gardevior is going to be taken down by FlameJam, who flanked from the side, who gets the second kill onto the Marcham, but Slowbro finally gets the kill and the turn-in with the help of that Rotom. It will die in exchange for it, but this is still big points going over to blue team. I say Rustic will die for this. They're actually continuing to go. We're going to number 6 points in. Able to get a pretty big chunk of damage there. Not bad. Could be worse. Pikachu comes in with the Unite move, trying to turn this fight in their favor. They're able to take out Slowbro already. Not going to be enough to pick up a second kill, though, as Pikachu dashing for freedom. I say that. Blastoise is chasing pretty deep here. GenBet looking for that second kill, but no, we'll get zoned away by Rhyme, who will turn it round. In fact, get the kill onto Blastoise. Very nicely done. In the meantime, bot lane, Dreadbore being killed off already. Slowbro coming in from the side, seeing if they can turn this fight. Massive knock up from Dreadbore, and he gets the steal! SlyyToad with the last second steal onto that. Telekinesis to try and bind that Marcham, keep them out of the fight, and it's enough to drop them low. As in comes the Hooper with the Unbound Ring, allowing them to push in and set themselves up for the counter fight. The Surf comes in, but it only hits Hooper, who is unstoppable during these fights. Comes from the side, Cinderace dropping low, Pikachu also backing out too low to continue this fight, and we see Rhyme returning to this fight, but being dropped down by Spodiac with a huge burst of damage. In comes the dive from BerserkThor, though, who has respawned, diving in for Sonverse, but dropping so low, focused down and killed off here. Bolbi looking to finish the job. So many low members of the red team. Gets the double kill onto the Blastoise and the Hooper. There's the triple. And a slight overstay from the members of red team. Let's see that again. You can see health bars looking a little low here. Rustic sets them up. The shields are expired. Berserk dropping a huge amount of damage. Sonverse is low. Pikachu is low. Spodiac barely alive, and just in time for Hooper and Pikachu to arrive with massive damage output, picking up the double kill and finishing off Spodiac for the final kill of that fight. Rotom being targeted right now by the blue team, who already have that solid 209 to 69 point lead. Looking very good at this stage of the game. Rhyme thinking of pushing up with the Rotom, but staying far enough away that they're not going to get caught by Pikachu. The rest of the team is retreating, though. Not going to risk pushing alone. A little bit of poke from over the wall, just seeing if they can drop any kind of full damage output. Very nice damage there coming in from that future sight. Trying to make sure that they can keep everyone at range, keep everyone zoned. Zapdos has spawned. Choke point is already set up by Ryan. This is great news. You can see this NA champion mindset in play. When you have a character like Gardevior, you really want control of these areas. You really want to make sure that your opponents cannot step up. Stepping up here, huge damage. Rhyme trying to stay out of range of Pikachu, who's going in for the big dive. Rhyme stepping forward, getting locked down, dropping the fairy singularity, but only gets Slowbro. Ryan has to retreat, gets killed off by Hooper. The Hooper's doing battle off to the side. BerserkThor trying to hold the line, but it's getting focused down, and with the shield from the Hooper for the turnaround play. Blastoise retreating across the map to try and get away. Gets the kill onto Hooper, barely survives, just nearly killed off by a Crawdaunt there. But the Zapdos stands tall. GenBet boosts away. They're still barely alive, still on the run. Here comes BerserkThor. It's an escape from the Blastoise, but that means they're out the fight. They have just delayed their opportunity to rejoin their team here. This is potentially very bad news for the red team. Blue team beginning to reconvene. Ride dropping the damage output, trying to focus down Sly. They will get the kill there. Trying to dive onto that backline. Unite move's not ready. BerserkThor on the flank, waiting for that Blastoise spin, that rapid spin to expire. finds Pikachu. Pikachu with the shield, but focus down BerserkThor with the prediction. Able to chase down. They get the Hooper as well. That's a double kill for blue team. Zapdos still up with 30 seconds left. It looks like it's going to be completely ignored. Blastoise going for the turn on one side, but will get zoned away by Ryan. On the other side, Rustic going in for the turning. BerserkThor for the turn-in. That's 100 points in. 72 and 100. A huge lead right now for the blue team. There is the surrender. And that is going to be GG over to the team of Ryan and friends. Blue team with the convincing victory at the end there. 381 to 69. Ryan with 33. BerserkThor, though, really standing out. Able to get some solid points on the board. Really managing to show that they have the strength to hang up at this high level. I'm actually looking right now to see if they were in some of the matches that we did not get to see during the NA March Regionals. See if they got to play. They obviously could be from another region. There is cross-region play. I'm not seeing them on the NA one. Tell you what I can do quickly is have a search for the database and see if they show up. They do not, unfortunately. But hopefully we get to see them in the future, because that was a very, very solid performance. Very nicely done there. On the other side, GenBet trying to hold the line and did actually get some really good flanks here. Spodiac with some huge kills for their team as well. You'll be able to see here in the kill count, 6 kills actually for the Hooper on the side of the orange team. 7 for FlameJam. 4 for Pikachu, 4 for GenBet. On the side of our blue team, though, we actually have our least amount of kills coming from Ryan, who was zoned out a little bit in those fights, but managed to keep themselves alive and draw enough aggro that the team was able to turn it round. Bolbi with that Pikachu really was able to clean up and capitalize on the focus that was being put on to that Gardevior. Here are the movesets so that you can copy them if you wish. You can see the Psychic, and as we already mentioned, the Future Sight coming in for the Gardevior. Not too surprising there. Amnesia and Surf for Rustic, so quite a bit of extra sustain there. We have some Trick and Shadow Balls. On the other side, we have Rapid Spin and Water Spout for the Blastoise, so a little bit of sustain there. Didn't see too many Blastoise ults. Never were able to get our camera onto that too effectively. And in terms of items, lots and lots of full heals, which made a lot of sense, but they didn't really have the way to predict that they'd be against a Slowbro or a Marchap, or even a Gardevoir, but it made the difference in this case. Very smart picking ahead, as CC does seem to be very heavy in the meta right now. And potions on both the Slowbros, great to see. X-Speed onto the Gardevoir, very sensible. Try to out-kite your opponents, try to stay away when they're trying to lock you down. The teleport from the ejector button can do a little bit of extra sustain, but that X-Speed really helpful for chasing down opponents and setting yourselves up for X-Speed for the Future Sight, while also keeping yourself alive. Final details. Top damage is, of course, going to go over to that Gardevoir, with the second highest being Pikachu, who was able to clean up a lot of those kills, like we said. Massive sustain for the Slowbros, but quite the diff. 19k for SlyyToad, 35k for Rustic. Now let's have a look at the abilities here. They did go differently. We did see that Telekinesis as a reminder for SlyyToad, whereas Rustic went for Amnesia. So Rustic going for more sustain, SlyyToad trying to eliminate people from those fights. Well then, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this cast. I hope to cast these players in a more professional environment someday in the future, because I'm going to be moving to America at some point. I hope so, at least. I've applied for a visa. I'm getting married, so that's happening. I'm gonna apply. We're applying for a visa ASAP. By the time this video is out, and we've probably started the application, and eventually that will probably result in me moving to the United States, where, who knows, maybe I'll get to cast Ride in person one day. That would be pretty dope, starting from here and moving up to that stage. Well then, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all very much for watching. I have been Tetcher. Subscribe for more Pokemon Unite content. Leave a like to show that you liked the video. Follow me on Twitter at Tetcher. And make sure to support the journey. Be vocal about your local Tetcher casting some UCS if you want to see that. I would love to do it. I hope you would enjoy seeing it happen. Thank you all very much for watching. I have been Tetcher, and we'll see you all next time.